This is Real Talk with Arky Jones. Today, I'm going to talk about Jesus. This isn't a preach, okay? Just stick with me. You're going to enjoy it. You ever notice how Jesus is one of the most talked about people in history? But we don't actually talk about him, like really talk. We either get the super polished Sunday school vision, he walked on water, loved everyone, now sing a hymn, or we get the sarcastic X version. Oh, so the guy made bread out of thin air, sure, Jan. But nobody sits down and says, hold on, let's actually look at the guy's life for a second. Forget the mythology. What kind of person was he? Because I'm going to tell you right now, whether you believe he's the son of God or just some dude in sandals, the guy's story deserves respect. He didn't just talk the talk, he walked the walk. And then he carried a massive cross. First of all, Jesus was a problem. He was. He wasn't some kumbaya, let's all hug kind of guy. He was flipping tables in a temple, calling out hypocrites, and basically telling the most powerful people of the time, you're all full of it. And let's be honest, those were the kinds of people who could make you disappear faster than a witness in a mob trial. But he didn't care. He was out there saying stuff like, love your neighbor as yourself and turn the other cheek, while everyone else, bro, do you even know what Rome is like? They'll crucify you for looking at them funny. And Jesus, he's like, yeah, I know, bring it. And that's not just guts. That is a titanium spine level of courage. And the stuff he's taught, it's still relevant, still hard. Forgive your enemies. Oh, really, Jesus? Because I'm still mad about the guy that cut me off in traffic this morning. But here's the thing. He wasn't just spouting Instagram quotes. He lived it. He forgave the people nailing him to the cross. Think about that. You stub your toe and you're ready to burn down the furniture. Meanwhile, Jesus is up there bleeding out. And he's like, Father, forgive them. That's not human. That's next level. And let's talk about that death for a second, okay? Crucifixion wasn't just execution, it was a message. Rome didn't just kill you, they turned you into a billboard. Mess with us, and this what happens. It was humiliating, excruciating, and slow. And Jesus, he knew it. He knew it was coming. He could have bailed at any moment. He could have skipped town. He could have played it safe. But no, he walked into it fully aware. And let's just be real. Most of us, we enjoy a paper cut and, whatever we believe in, it's gone. This guy enjoyed nails through his hands, thorn on his head, and suffocation for hours because he thought it was worth it. So whether you believe in the resurrection or not, you've got to respect the sheer conviction of someone willing to die like that for what they stand for. And look at what he started. Look at what he started. 2,000 years later, we're still talking about him. Whether you believe in him or not, his teachings shaped the entire world. Concepts like compassion, humility, charity, they weren't exactly trending before he came along. He made people uncomfortable because he told them, hey, maybe stop being such selfish assholes for 5 minutes. And guess what? We're still uncomfortable because we know he was right. I'll tell you what really gets me, though. I'll tell you what really does. We celebrate people for less. Someone scores a goal, we're like, legend. Someone survives eating 50 hot dogs in a minute, they get a trophy. Meanwhile, here's a guy who literally gave his life for his beliefs, and we're like, meh, not my thing. And I get it. Religion can make some people uncomfortable. But take the faith out of it for a second and just look at the man, measure the man. He wasn't out there chasing fame. He didn't have a YouTube channel or a merch line. He wasn't selling tickets to some sermon, or a mountain tour. He just showed up, did what he believed was right, and paid the ultimate price for it. And what do people do now? They dismiss him. Oh, Jesus is just a myth. A myth. Myths don't start movements that last for millennia. Myths don't inspire people to build cathedrals or feed the poor or rethink their entire life, do they? They don't make them rethink the fundamentals of their existence. Myths are like leprechauns, unicorns. Jesus, he's about confronting the hardest truths of what it means to be human. You don't have to believe in God to see the value in what Jesus stood for. Love your neighbor, help the poor, stand up to corruption, forgive the people who hurt you. If those ideas sound cheesy to you, then maybe the problem isn't Jesus, maybe it's you, because you've gotten so cynical you can't see the beauty in something simple and true. Now here's the deal. You don't have to pray to Jesus, but you gotta respect the guy. He didn't just talk about love and sacrifice, he lived it. He didn't just die for what he believed in, he suffered for it. And if we're out here celebrating influence for selling protein shakes, maybe we should take a second to celebrate a guy who flipped tables, forgive his enemies, and changed the world without ever asking for a single like. This is Real Talk. Arky Jones. Comment, like, subscribe. I think it's down there. If not, I'll catch you, man. Take care. Peace out.